Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I figured I'd do a little painting video. I haven't made many videos lately of me building or painting or anything like that, so I figured I'd do some painting for you guys. Unfortunately, I've already painted some of them. I thought I had my mic set up so I've been testing out using a mic on here. Thought it'd be so you could hear me clearer, but it was not working. So what I'm working on right now is I'm working on some JP5 suspending models, and I was painting them in like an old school bus yellow with a black back and some large gold flake on them. So right now I'm using, I don't even know how to pronounce this, Diary Lied Yellow. I don't even know why they come up with some of these names. But anyways, it's like a yellow school bus, old school bus pattern, or yellow. So, I got some more in there, but make sure you guys can see this. All right. But I was talking about the bait before the mic wasn't working. That this bait right here is really good for the springtime. I mean, you can technically fish it throughout the whole year, but winter, spring, this really shines because it suspends really well, and also has like a so it's hard to get each one of these baits exactly the same because they're all hand carved. You know, each bait's gonna be different, so some of them might have a slow rise to it, but a lot of them like to suspend. So but it's just a great bait to work in the wintertime and springtime, kind of like a jerk bait. You know, you can twitch pause, or you can burn it and pause. It just fishes really well in the colder water conditions. So I usually use a thumbnail bill when I'm putting these together. But over this past year, I started playing around with the idea of changing the bill up to like a rounder bill. It's a little bit longer and rounder than a thumbnail, so it gets a little bit deeper, and I think it has a tighter action. I don't know, I just like the action better on the it's basically this one right here. You can see it has a rounder bill. This is my little pep model, but that's the bill I'm going to use for these. I'm gonna change out this, but I was saying that this is a Golden brand airbrush paint. Really good stuff, especially if you're starting out painting with airbrush. It's like your first time. This paint is really easy to work with. It flows through your airbrush real easily, and it's not much to clean up. It's not a big mess. Like, it doesn't take a lot to clean up. Yeah, it's just, I've been using it ever since I started using the airbrush, and I really haven't had to like switch up paints or anything like that. I have some other ones that I've found that I really like because some of the stuff that Golden doesn't make. So but yeah, it's a great paint company. They're easy to find. You can find them obviously on Amazon, and Michaels carries them in stock. I think they have some other airbrush paint, but that's like their big one that they carry. So make sure you clean out your airbrush after every time you use it. Before I've left paint in the cup and not cleaned it out because I was in a hurry or forgot, and it makes it a pain to clean out. Like, you got to take it all apart, clean it all out. It's just really big pain. So I would suggest cleaning it out. I like to do, you know, a little bit cleaning in between paints, obviously, to get because you're changing up the color. But like at the end, when I'm done painting, I'll take it apart and I'll thoroughly clean it. Usually I don't even have to take it apart. If I clean it with some, I like using people use Windex, like a mixture of Windex and dilute it a little bit, but I use the airbrush paint from, I think it's Iwata. No, it's not. It's Media. So this stuff, I love using this stuff. And then I would suggest getting tools like this, like these brushes and stuff, to clean out your airbrush. Helps out a lot. They have all sorts of kits on Amazon, so I would highly suggest getting some of that stuff. But I'm gonna actually, some of these are already dry. These dry pretty fast, but I like to do a little quick, I forgot it's not plugged in. Hold on a second. I like to take a hair dryer and you know, run it really quickly over the bait because it dries really fast. So all right, well, I wrapped it around the table. That's great. All right, well, so I'll have to work. All right, put some black in there. All right, so I like to use 2 different scales that I like to put on there. I'm gonna do this one, needs to be changed out, but I like to get these, I don't even know what you call these circles, but you can find all sorts of netting, and then you clamp it between these circles, and then you can literally just put it up to your bait and paint it that, or use the airbrush to get the scales on it that way. Works really well. Never had any issues with it, but all right. So you're going to do a light, because black can be very overpowering. Something like that. You just get the sides with the scales, and then you can cover the top with the black, solid black. But I usually, I don't know what I was thinking there, but I usually take the hair dryer, and I usually dry it once I paint it underneath the netting. So, because if you do it too much, like since I only did a light coat, it wasn't gonna smear. But if you put too much and it gets too like wet, then you'll have problems. Like this one was I was kind of trigger happy right there. No, I can't reach. That was stupid. And then you're just going to do a quick solid black back. And try not to, especially with black, you can overspray a lot. And so I would highly suggest like doing just light as possible. So I kind of like to even out the sides with the, kind of blend it with the scales on the sides. So but yeah, usually you get the entire black back, but that's what you get. And then when it dries, I'll put the big gold flake on it, and the kill dot and everything like that. So Everyone seems to love this. I mean, you catch so many fish on this. You can't go wrong with this pattern. I mean, who doesn't like? Usually it's chartreuse blackback, but since I'm painting it with a old school yellow. I'm being lazy. I'm not untangling that hair dryer, but I'll do it in a second. I'll finish this one up, and then I'll get a final video of what it looks like with the gold flake and the eyes and the kill dot and all that stuff. So you can see the final pattern color. I always think like less is always more with the airbrush. The biggest advice I could give you if you're starting out with an airbrush is I'd say patience, less is more, and because you can always go back and fill in more, but if you do too much at the very beginning, then it can cause problems. But yeah, I would say be very patient. Like, I'm not a patient person at all. So when it comes to like letting the bait dry before you get to the next step, you can always do what I'm doing with the hair dryer, just to speed up the process so you don't have to wait as long. But patience is like one of the keys to making sure your bait comes out the way you want it. I've rushed baits many times in the past when I was still early on building these baits, and then painting them, and then just rushing it, and it would cause some issues, and the bait wouldn't come out like I wanted. So once I understood that you gotta a little bit of patience goes a long way, it really did help. So there you go. Another one. So like I said, I'll do 5. I think I'm making about 30 of these, but I always like to do 5 increments of 5 for the different patterns, so you get a variety of different patterns to pick from. So this will just be one of the patterns you get to pick from. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll try to do more videos like this and some building videos, but just keep following my Instagram and stuff. I post on there the most, but I'll try to start putting out more videos on YouTube and stuff like that. But thanks for stopping by.